Welcomes you to the following presentation of the National Football League.
The Steel City is ready at Acrisure Stadium here in Pittsburgh. Tonight, a good one straight ahead. It's the Green Bay Packers and the Pittsburgh Steelers. Mike Tirico and Greg Olson with you. The All-Pro Chris Boswell with the honors. Off we go on Sunday Night Football. He'll get this past the 20 before he's brought down shy of the 25-yard line. So the Packers come out, and they are led by Jordan Love, who followed Aaron Rodgers after playing apprentice for a couple of seasons. And now for Love, it is his third season as the Green Bay starter.
And I think each of the last two seasons since he's become a full-time starter, Mike, all we've seen Jordan Love do is improve week by week, year by year. And when you talk to his head coach, Matt LaFleur, he's very clear. He said, there is no question in my mind. He can become one of the elite quarterbacks in this league. He just needs to do two things: stay healthy and keep winning.
First carry of the game for Josh Jacobs. And they'll bring him down, but not until he gets to the 38-yard line. 16-yard pickup on that one. Good for a Green Bay first down.
First down. A gain of 16 yards. And the Packer first down.
Really nice explosive play there on the ground. And tell you what, for these fans sitting in the stadium, they're not used to seeing their home team pushed around. So continue to be physical at the line of scrimmage. Mix in the runs with the pass. And if they can continue to generate these big explosive runs, I don't think they need to go away from it.
And they get this one across midfield to the 47-yard line. Give them 15 more on that one. They are on the move. It's a first down.
First down.
Really nice job there, Mike. I mean, he sees the blitz coming and just gets the ball out of his hands. Understand where your outlets are. It results in an easy pitch and catch and move the chains.
And he'll be out of bounds as the first down completion nets about 3.
All right, so anytime you're facing the blitz, the best thing you can do as an offense is just get the ball out of your hand. Get into the hands of receiver, run after catch. In this case, nice job by the defense, rallying to the ball. Modest gain.
Off the play fake. Here's Love. He'll get that complete to Dontavian Wicks. And they bring him down, but not until they get inside the 30-yard line. They pick up 17 through the air. First down, Packers.
At the 27-yard line.
Now this is the epitome of a really short throw and a really nice run after catch. And listen, for a quarterback, it all counts the same. You don't always have to throw the ball downfield to generate explosive plays, and these drag routes can be very, very effective.
That is into the hands of Wicks. He is out of bounds. They have worked it inside the 50. 15 more on that connection. They're making it look easy. That's another first down.
Really nice throw there. The ability to throw the ball out on the perimeter. Yes, arm strength and all of that, but it's also timing. The timing of the route. When is that wide receiver coming out of his break to deliver that ball accurately as his head comes around? If the ball's thrown too early, the receiver's not ready. If the ball's thrown too late, that's when disaster strikes. He does a nice job coming from his safety position, filling his run gap assignment, and keeps this to a modest gain at best.
Second down throw for Love. He's got his big tight end. Tucker Kraft. Touchdown, Green Bay. A terrific way to start this one. Not only a touchdown, but a nice long march down the field. Makes it a long walk back to the bench for the defense.
Mike, that's about as good as you can imagine starting a game offensively. To be able to sustain that many plays and be able to cap it off with a touchdown, that is a dream start for this offense.
Brandon McManus now to add the extra point. He's got it, and the Packers will take a 7-0 lead.
Steelers, nothing.
Both teams ready to go once more as the kick's away. On the return, it's Williams. He'll work his way across the 25-yard line. Well, here come the Steelers, and that's the sight that looks odd, but people were looking to see after keeping us waiting all spring. Year 21 in the league for Aaron Rodgers, his first as the Steelers quarterback.
You know, it's just so funny to see a veteran, a first-ballot Hall of Famer like Aaron Rodgers, at the end of his career, really bounce around and look for that final place that he can make home to kind of go off into the sunset and put a final chapter on what's now a 21-year NFL career. So what are the expectations? I think around Pittsburgh, they expect him to be Aaron Rodgers. I think he's healthy. I think he's motivated. And when he can be out there every single week, there's very few guys who have played the quarterback position better over the history of the league than Aaron Rodgers.
Play action now with Rodgers. This one broken up. It's incomplete. The defender right there with him. It brings up second down.
And they got the look they were hoping for, one-on-one on the outside. He's just unable to hold on to it through contact, and I think that was a big opportunity missed.
We'll try again. It's 2nd and 10. In the shotgun, it's A-Rod. They'll get maybe 3 out of that one, and it's going to set up 3rd down.
A bit of a quick hitter here, and what you're hoping for, Mike, is that the defense can't react quickly enough because the ball's coming out so hot, but they knew it was coming, and they end up holding them to just a short gain.
Here's 3rd and 7. Working out of the gun, it's Rodgers. In trouble, and he's going to be taken down.
The best thing they did here, Mike, is keep their rush lane integrity. What that means is you have to rush the quarterback as a unit. Keep him in the pocket. Keep him on that X. And when you do, man, he becomes a sitting duck for this pass rush.
On 4th down, it's Corliss Waitman out to punt. And great coverage on special teams to mark it down inside the 5-yard line. The Packers offense ready to possess the football for the 2nd time. And they're going to hear it from this crowd. They're backed up deep as they start 1st and 10. On the ground, it's Jacobs to start the drive. Yeah! And he'll be out of bounds. That's a nice gain, though, on the 1st down. A pickup of 7.
I think every running back's dream is that he's going to run through a wide-open hole and have breakaway touchdowns, but that's not necessarily the case very often in the NFL. So the backs that are the best are the ones that can get more yardage than maybe what's blocked for. And I think this is a nice physical game here that they can continue to build off of as the game unfolds.
And that is really well-read defensively. They get him down back at the 9-yard line.
The offense thinks that they can just kind of plow this one up there in the middle and keep the chains moving, but not on this defense. Not only do they not pick up the 1st down, but after suffering that loss, now they've got some decisions to make on 3rd down.
It's the tight end Kraft in motion. From the gun on third down, it's Love. This one is complete along the sideline. A very nice job to fit that ball in. It'll be a modest gain.
The best guys I've been around, Mike, they have a sense where they can see the ball, but they can feel the sideline. And that's kind of an innate sense that these guys have that allows them to concentrate and secure the catch and ensuring that both feet remain in bounds.
Going to be hit and dropped right away. That's great coverage there. Winds up with nothing on the return. Steelers offense about ready to get going. On their second possession, they'll begin with terrific starting field position. It gets going with 1st and 10. He finds Austin with the grab. And he'll be taken down rather swiftly after a gain of just 3.
This is one of those throws where you're hoping you do most of the damage after the catch, but give credit to the defense. Once that ball was caught, they were on him quickly, and there was nowhere for him to go after the catch.
Ball right on the 50-yard line. Here's 2nd down and 7. They'll take this down to the 47. Xavier McKinney up there to make the stop.
47-yard line. A gain of 2 on the play. Brings up 3rd and 4.
They go 5 receivers for 3rd down and 4. From the gun, Rodgers. Pick up of the 11 yards on that one. Good for a Steeler 1st down.
The Steelers 1st down. 1st and 10 at the 36-yard line.
Every once in a while, it just comes down to you need somebody in the huddle to just make a play, and it wasn't a whole lot fancy here. The quarterback just dumps the ball down, a quick underneath completion, and then really it's the yards after catch that did the rest, and that's what it takes. You're not always going to have the perfect play. You're not always going to dial up the perfect play against the perfect look. Sometimes players need to make plays, and that was a good one there.
1-yard gain brings up 2nd and 9 at the Packers' 36-yard line.
Ball on the 36 now. Here's 2nd and 9. Rodgers. That's complete to Metcalf. And they'll work this close to a 1st down, maybe just a tad short.
So they have these rules for the receivers, Mike. They call them green grass rules. And the idea is if you're running across the field and you're looking at the quarterback, you're going to stay on the run. If you're not looking at the quarterback, that tells him, I'm going to sit in this soft zone. I'm going to, what they call, punch and pivot and stop. That tells the quarterback to put the ball on your chest. That nonverbal communication between the receiver and the quarterback, recognizing when you're open, stay open, that's the stuff that makes a lot of these offenses so difficult to defend.
Now on 4th down, the veteran Chris Boswell on for the Steelers. This a 44-yard attempt. Boswell's kick is good. And the Steelers are on the board. It's 7-3.
And I can tell you firsthand, Mike, when you find yourself trailing in a game, you don't feel very good about coming away with field goals. But in this case, it does get them a little bit closer and cut into this deficit.
Back out is Boswell following the field goal. He'll send this one away. Brought down past the 25. Decent field position to start this drive. The Packers offense getting things in order as they trot out for this next possession. The lead sits at 4. So we'll try to add on to that. This drive begins with 1st and 10. Taking on defenders, plowing forward. A pickup of 5.
This just shows why you can't count on just one guy to take him down. He's a powerful enough runner. You've got to have guys coming in support when that first hit is made. It takes a team effort to stop him, especially once he gets going.
On 2nd down, Love. That's Dobbs open left side. And he's going to be out of bounds, just shy of midfield. taking advantage of that running ability. Gain of 17 and a first down.
It's pretty evident, Mike, when a quarterback and his wide receiver are operating on the exact same page. The anticipation, the timing, the accuracy of both the route and the ball. And when they're working together like this, that's the definition of teach tape.
Room to run inside the 40. And he'll be out of bounds inside the 30-yard line. A pickup there of 25 yards. Good for a Green Bay first down.
We had a feeling coming into the game that they were going to get this guy plenty of touches, and you can see from this early success why. The defense is going to have to make some adjustments here because they have had no answers thus far.
On first down, it's Love. Over the middle, he fits it into Dobbs. And he's close to another first down. Brought down just shy of the marker.
Brings up 2nd and 2 at the 19-yard line.
Come to the line now on 2nd and 2. Back to throw is Love. And they'll get him down after a gain of 5, but that is enough for a first down. Now it appears we've got a Steeler injured on that play. As the athletic training staff looks at him, we'll step away for a moment. Space getting tight here, down to the 13-yard line. They work 1st and 10. He's got the rookie out of Texas, Matthew Golden. They'll get about 4 here as he is taken down.
2nd and 6 at the 9-yard line.
Here's a 2nd and 6. Here's Love. He'll keep this himself. Fighting for the goal line. They're going to stop him just short, but he has picked up the first down.
That's another Packers first down.
Well, here's where you really see the value of having a good run. 3rd and short, 4th and short. The ability to just keep it simple, win up front, turn around, hand the ball to your back, and to say, okay, more likely than not, we're going to get a fresh set of downs, maintain possession, and now continue to find opportunities to go generate points.
Jacobs. And he's not going to get in. In fact, he'll lose yardage. They push him backwards.
This is a play, Mike, that makes me want to run down there and throw on a uniform and try to help out. I mean, I think at this point, I could help clear enough room to get 1 yard. Heck, I might be able to get 1 yard myself. That's disappointing that they're unable to capitalize.
One more time, it's Jacobs. And this is not going to do it either. Stop for no gain. And just like that, it's 3rd and goal.
Brings up 3rd and
Although I would have liked to have seen them throw the ball on one of the 2 prior downs, now after getting stopped twice, Mike, they haven't gained an inch on the ground. I think on 3rd down, you have no choice but to put the ball in the hands of your quarterback and see if he can make a play through the air.
So we are through 1 here on Sunday Night Primetime. 7-3 is our score. And we're back to the Steel City after this. We begin quarter number 2. The Packers have the football as they will see what they can do with this 3rd and goal. Matthew Golden. Touchdown, Packers.
That was just too easy, Mike. It's just straight man coverage, great route by the receiver on the slant. You just can't give up an inside release deep in your own end zone because, as you just saw, it's pitch and catch.
McManus on for the point after. He gets it to go, and the Packers extend their advantage to 14-3. The kickoff team is out on the field, and we're back to it as the kick's away. Here's Williams on the return. He's across the 20, taking down just shy of the 25. Here comes the Pittsburgh offense now, heading back onto the field. They trail now 14-3, so an 11-point deficit as they start things out with 1st and 10. Rodgers to throw. This one grabbed by Austin. He'll be brought down up past the 35-yard line. That's his 3rd catch of this first half, and good enough for a first down.
It seemed like the receiver, Mike, ran through like 5 different open zones, but once he found the one that he liked, where the quarterback was expecting him, you see him do a nice job throttling down, secures the catch, and he's able to pick up a nice game.
Throw here down the field will fall incomplete. DK Metcalf was the intended target. It's 2nd down.
Initially, a nice job by the receiver. He actually was open downfield. He was able to get behind the defense, but the window closed up so quickly they couldn't get the ball to him. Prevents the big play.
Here's a handoff to Waller. He'll try to get back to the line, but he's not having it. Gonna lose a yard.
Well, it's been the case this entire first half. It's been the defense that's really carried the load for this team. Some offensive struggles, but they've done more than their part, coming through again with another big stop for a loss.
3rd and 11. Throwing, Rodgers. He's going to air one out for Metcalf. That is incomplete. Great work to get in there. Make things difficult defensively, and it sets up 4th down.
I'd say one of the most critical elements of a dynamic offense, Mike, is how efficient are you on 3rd down. It's something these teams stress all week. Here's an opportunity to continue to extend this drive. The defense wins this time and brings up 4th down.
That is good coverage by the punt team as they meet him and bring him down. Josh Jacobs and the Packers offense heading back onto the field. So here's a 1st and 10 now. They'll start from the 24. They'll start on the ground with Jacobs. That lane closes quickly. A pickup of 3. Patrick Queen, the linebacker. They're on the tackle.
It's a pickup of 3. Brings up 2nd and 7.
They'll come up on a 2nd and 7 from the 27. From the gun, it's Love. This is taken in by Dobbs. And they'll hold him to a gain of just a couple and sets up 3rd down. Shotgun. It's Love. He manages to get the throw away and completes it. And he's out of bounds up beyond the 40-yard line. Gain of 13 for number 13. And a 1st down.
3rd downs, Mike, those are quarterback downs. Those are the downs where you tend to find yourself in a must-pass situation. And that's where the top guys in the league are still capable of overcoming it. So throw the ball downfield, be accurate with the ball. Winning on 3rd downs, that is a recipe for success.
And no chance to turn and go. That one good for just a couple.
It's 2nd and 8 at the 44-yard line.
From the 44-yard line, here's 2nd and 8. Here's a handoff to Jacobs. Ooh, some hitting going on now. He was rocked right at the line of scrimmage.
Defensive coaches preach every day, Mike, swarm to the ball. Get as many hats to the ball carrier as possible. And this is a great reason why. The ball carrier is able to make the first guy miss, but it was the pursuit from the rest of the defense that's able to get him down and keep him to no gain.
He's got a man. It's Dobbs. And he'll be taken down, but they are in business inside the 30-yard line. A big gainer for Green Bay.
Gain of 30.
And even 30 yards.
First down, Green Bay.
This defense just gets punched in the mouth on that one, Mike, and it just seemed from up here that not everyone on defense was on the same page, and the offense was able to take advantage of it. The defense has to clean things up here in a hurry, because if they don't, they could be in for a long day.
On the handoff, this is Jacobs. Oh, yeah. Tough running there in the red zone. He did not want to go down. And he picks up the first down. It'll be first and goal.
And this offense just continues to chew up yards and get first down after first down. And defensively now, you find yourself a little bit on your heels. You're defending a goal-to-go situation. They need to step up here and get a stop.
Now Love. That'll be caught. It's Josh Jacobs.
Recognizing the blitz is just the first step in the process for a quarterback, understanding who you can account for with the protection and then who you can't account for. That's where your hot receiver comes in. He points to his receiver, who the defender they're hot off of. That guy comes, gets the ball out of his hand, and results in a completion.
Throwing on second down, Love. Escaping to... And he will get into the end zone! Jordan Love! Touchdown, Green Bay! The defense comes up with the coverage, but they cannot keep up with the speed as the quarterback scrambles to the end zone for the touchdown.
And down here in the red zone, Mike, is where I think a quarterback's legs can be the most dangerous. The defenders are trying to match backs, match tight ends and receivers, but often it's the quarterback that has no one assigned to him, and in this case, he's able to capitalize and run it in himself.
Now it's McManus for the point after. It's up and good. And the Packers move out to a 21-3 advantage. Both teams ready to go once more as the kick's away. To return is Kenneth Gainwell. And he's brought down right at the 25-yard line. The Steelers offense ready to see what they can do. They'll try to get this a bit more respectable before the break. It has not been their half to this point. Let's see what they do on this drive. First down now. The master of play action, Rodgers. Forced out wide. Now he'll run. And he will give himself up at the end of that one.
Initially, Mike, a really good job by the defense. Nowhere to go with the ball for this quarterback. He's forced to pull it down and turn into a runner. Little slow reaction, and he's able to actually pick up a pretty good gain.
From the 31, here's 2nd and 4. Rodgers. He finds Metcalf on the slant. And they'll be set up now. Up past the 40 with that one. 10 yards, the gain on the pitch and catch. That's a Steeler first down.
First and 10 at the 41-yard line.
Here's the former Memphis Tiger, Kenneth Gainwell. And he'll get back to the line of scrimmage. That's about all.
So this team finds themselves now in a little bit of a tricky situation here, Mike. If they don't find a way to start sustaining some of these drives and come away with points, all of a sudden you're trailing by double digits in the second half. You become very one-dimensional. You become very pass-heavy, and That's certainly not how any team in the NFL wants to play.
Rodgers here on second down. A throw out wide. That is dropped. That could be a live football. Jalen Warren was the man he was trying to connect with. And it's going to bring up a third down.
And they should consider themselves lucky. You can't let a pass rusher through that quickly and not expect there to be consequences. Fortunately, they're at least able to fall on it and prevent this from being a complete disaster.
So, backed up after the sack, and now it's 3rd and long. Rodgers now. That one is batted away. Incomplete. No separation that time. Tightly defended. It brings up 4th down.
I like the fact that they took a shot on 3rd and long, right? A lot of offenses in that situation would be a little bit more conservative, playing for the 4th down punt, trying to pick up a big chunk play through the air. But now that you can't connect, it all but guarantees you got to punt this ball away as it brings up 4th and a mile.
Fair catch here. Called for and made beyond the 30-yard line. Jordan Love and the rest of the Packer offense ready for their next possession. And he's had things all his way in the first half. Those numbers are sensational. He looks to add to them with another drive here. They'll run it straight ahead with Jacobs. And he'll get back to the line of scrimmage. That's about all.
He's tackled at the 34-yard line. A gain of a yard. Brings up 2nd and 9.
From the 34-yard line, here's 2nd and 9. In motion, it's Golden. He'll stay on the ground with Jacobs. And he gets this up close to the 40. Peyton Wilson that time in on the stop.
He's done a really nice job making the most of his touches. They've made it a priority. Let's use this ground game to try to wear down the defense, and right now it's one of the main reasons why they have the lead.
On 3rd down, they'll set up to throw. This one broken up. It's incomplete. Good job separating the receiver from the ball, and it is 4th down.
And that's exactly how you teach it. They want these defenders to time the hit, that right when the ball gets there, you separate the receiver from the ball. And those are the ones on offense, man. You just have to make that catch, Mike. I know it's easier said than done, but you know the hit's coming. You've got to squeeze that thing, brace for impact, and make that play for your offense.
That's a nice job of making things more manageable for this offense as he takes it back beyond the 25-yard line. On 1st and 10, here's Rodgers. Under the pressure, too much, and he goes down. Micah Parsons in there to drop him. Loss of 5 to start the drive.
Defense came out in a soft zone, and I think it caught the quarterback a little off guard. He was trying to attack them downfield. By the time he was able to get through his progression to his check down, he ran out of time, and that's all the pass rush needed to get to the backfield and bring him down.
Work to do now as they come up on 2nd and long. Oh, maybe a free play as he'll look to throw it. And he's going to go down, but there is a penalty marker there. May have jumped the snap just a bit.
Still 2nd down.
Second down, Rodgers. And this is too far out in front. That one's incomplete. Roman Wilson was the intended target. 3rd down coming up.
I'll I'll tell you what, Mike, with this guy's speed, he's not an easy target to overthrow. So that's one of those where they're telling this quarterback, throw it with everything you got. Just lay it out there. And more times than not, he's going to run under it. But in this case, just a little bit too much on it. He winds up overshooting his man.
And he'll be stopped short of a first down, and that will necessitate a call to the punt team. It's a fourth down.
Even though they gave up that last completion, Mike, that's a really good drive there for this defense. I mean, from the beginning, on those early downs, keeping them from staying ahead of the chains, put them in a tough third down situation, and now it brings up fourth down, and looks like they're going to get off the field.
A fair catch. He's going to call it and take it right around his own 30-yard line. Out comes the Green Bay offense now as they get set to take over again. They'll try to establish some tempo as they start this one with 1st and 10. Now Jacobs into the secondary at the 45. And he's going to be taken down on the other side of the 50-yard line. Can't ask for much more. 22 yards on the first play of the drop.
1st and 10 at the 48-yard line.
Well, that's how you get a drive started. A big play here in the run game, and you have to imagine this is something we're going to continue to see. Success early in the drive typically results in success later in the drive.
Off the play fake. Here's Love. That's over the middle and intercepted. Picked off by Peyton Wilson. And the Steelers will take over possession here at the 44.
Every once in a while, Mike, you see a quarterback predetermined before the snap where they're going to go with the ball, and I think that was the case here. He told himself, I'm throwing the ball to him no matter what, and it ends up being a costly mistake.
The Steelers offense back onto the field for their next possession. They'll have very good starting field position as they set up past the 40. A-Rod now to throw on 1st down. They'll set up the screen to Gainwell. And no chance to turn and go. That one good for just a couple.
Just a little slow developing on that screenplay there. It was pretty obvious to the entire defense exactly what was going on. Nobody was thinking pass. Nobody was getting back into their drops, and just nowhere for that back to go.
2 minutes to go here till halftime. We'll come back to the Steel City after this. 2nd down, they need 7. From the shotgun, it's A-Rod. He's got Freiermuth open on the left side. And that's a 1st down. It will be a gain of 8.
That's good.
Well, give a little credit here defensively. Even though they allow the 1st down, we've seen defenses really struggle bringing this big tight end to the ground, and they didn't allow him to pick up a bunch of yards after contact, but he was able to get just enough to pick up the 1st down.
Off-balance throw. It's complete. And that'll be good for a gain of about 4 as he is forced out of bounds.
A gain of 4. It's now 2nd and 6.
Here's 2nd and 6. Rodgers going up top again. Over the middle, Metcalf has it. And they bring him down inside the 25-yard line. That's his 3rd catch of this 1st half, and good enough for a 1st down.
1st and 10 at the 23-yard line.
That last completion's going to go a long way towards at least finishing this 2-minute drive, Mike, with some points. You're already in field goal range, so now the idea is continue to work the clock down, take a couple shots at the end zone. You want to get points.
In trouble, and down he goes. Micah Parsons in there to drop him that time. It's a loss of 7.
The offense goes from feeling really good about the previous play with a real nice pickup to then on the ensuing play ending up going the complete opposite direction. Really nice job here by the defense, immediately getting back on track. What do the coaches say? Just play the next play, and that's exactly what they did.
Working out of the gun, it's Rodgers. The second down throw is incomplete.
All right, so the ball falls incomplete, but I think what it does now, Mike, is it allows you to stop the clock, get in the huddle, take a deep breath, and now your play caller has to give you the best play. Go get points here before the half and try to build something going into halftime.
Third and long for Rodgers. He's going to air one out for Metcalf. Ball incomplete. Covering outstanding there. Able to jar the ball free in a big spot. And now it is fourth down.
Little miscommunication there. Now brings up third down. It just doesn't appear that the quarterback and the wide receiver were on the same page on that last pass.
47-yard attempt.
He is 2 for 2. That kick is good. And the Steelers are back within 2 scores.
And when you find yourself down double digits, you don't want to make habit of settling for these field goals. It does allow them to chip away a little bit and cut into this deficit, but they've got to find a way to score touchdowns.
Williams now to return. Josh Jacobs and the Packers offense heading back onto the field. And as a play caller, when you've got a guy who's running like this, you lean on him. And your offensive line has had big opening after big opening and big numbers in this first half. And they're just going to run it here up the middle. And they'll be set up now. Up past the 40 with that one. Packers go ahead and use the first of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 21 seconds to go until halftime.
Gain of 17 yards. And a Packer first down.
It's the tight end Kraft in motion. Love to throw it on first down. There's a short one caught by Kraft. That's timeout for Green Bay. It'll be their second as they stop it with 16 seconds to go in the opening half.
The drag route, we used to say this is day one install. Every single offense in the NFL has this sort of route, especially for the tight end position. And depending on the speed and the run after catch ability of the tight end, sometimes it can lead to some of the biggest gains.
They'll come up here on second down and 5. Here's Love. Now he'll air one out. That one broken up. It's incomplete. All over him down the field. It'll set up third down.
This is one of those plays where you either have to just eat it or you got to make a better decision on where you throw that ball, because you continue to throw the ball into these crowds, especially under pressure, you're going to turn the ball over, balls are going to get tipped up in the air, and bad things are going to happen. So, fortunately for him, it winds up incomplete, but got to expect better decision-making as the game goes on. He's in a really nice rhythm here on third down. He appears very comfortable operating out of the gun, and he's able to find his man near the sideline, and he's able to extend this drive.
So they come to the line for first down and 10. From the gun, it's Love. Get this over the middle to Golden. And we're going to get a timeout with 2 seconds remaining in the second quarter. McManus and the field goal unit come on. This a 57-yard attempt. And that is no good. He missed it. So, halftime straight ahead. And we go down to Scott Hansen, who has our EA Sports halftime report.
Okay, Mike, thanks very much. Welcome in, everyone, to the Orlando studios. Scott Hansen with you for a quick halftime report. We'll let both sides catch their breath and get their orange wedges as we're going to get ready for the third quarter action. So let's go back out to the stadium as we rejoin our broadcast team, Mike Tirico and Greg Olson.
Scott, thank you. Back here on EA Sports as we count down to kickoff of this second half. Pretty interesting first half. We'll see if any strategy changes for the next 30 minutes or more as this second half gets underway. He'll get this on the 8-yard line. Nice place for the drive to start. The Steelers offense going to have a first crack at it as we begin this third quarter. They'll do so with 1st and 10. Looking to throw, it's Rodgers. That's complete. It's Metcalf. And he will take this one in. 72 yards. Touchdown, Pittsburgh. Well, that is a quick drive and the best way to finish it. The touchdown pass downfield. Greg, you rarely see a deep shot like that to start a drive.
You're right, Mike. We don't see it a lot, but I wish we did. It's actually the most efficient and safest down to pass the ball. And in this case, the defense is thinking run, got a lot of defenders up in the box, and they're able to strike deep with a pass play for 6.
Chris Boswell on for the point after. He knocks it through. And the Steelers are back within 1 score. It is an 8-point game.
Steelers 13.
Boswell now following the touchdown. Back out to kick this one off. On the return, it's Williams. And he'll be brought down just beyond the 25-yard line. Josh Jacobs and the Packers offense heading back onto the field. The advantage is 8. We'll see if they can make this a 2-score game on this drive. 1st down and 10. On play action, Love. And he can't hang on through the contact. Incomplete. Good job defensively to meet him just as the ball was arriving. It'll bring up 2nd down.
All things considered, it's actually a pretty good pass. I mean, he puts the ball in a place where only his guy can catch it. But I think he hears those footsteps coming from that nearest defender, and he's not able to secure the catch through contact.
And that one shut down pretty quickly. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage, and that's it.
We've seen this back have his way with this defense all game long, Mike. He's up over 100 yards for the game, but this time the defense said, we've had enough. They sold out to stop him. They hold him to no gain.
From the gun, on third down, it's Love. He's going to uncork one, looking for Wicks. And he's down inside the 40-yard line. It is a big-time play for the Packers. 38 yards.
Once he saw the defense, he knew that outbreaking route was going to be there. All he had to do was wait for his guy to get to the spot and drop the ball right in the bucket near the sideline.
They'll run out of the gun with Jacobs. And he'll get back to the line of scrimmage. That's about all.
And up until this point, this is not something that we've seen a lot of. His running backs had a really nice day. So in this case, this rep goes to the defense.
2nd and 10. Out of the shotgun, it's Love. A throw there on 2nd down, going to be incomplete.
A rare miss for a quarterback that we've seen really come out on fire throughout this entire contest. I mean, his completion percentage, Mike, is well above league average, and frankly, it's really the biggest reason why they find themselves out in front.
It is 3rd and 10. Here's Love. That's into the hands of Wicks. He's got it. That catch puts him over the 100-yard mark here tonight, and it gives the team a first down.
First down. A gain of 15. And a Packer first down.
So here's a play, Mike, that is clearly designed to attack the middle third of the field. So think it's roughly the space between the numbers. That's the most valuable real estate in football. And once he understood where his leverage was and he gets his head around, great job by the quarterback on time, delivering a strike.
Going left side, and it's taken in by Williams. He'll be taken down rather swiftly after a gain of just 3.
Brings up 2nd and 7 at the 17-yard line.
They face 2nd down and 7. Throwing is Love. Forced out wide. Love going to get to the ground, avoid the contact, and pick up a first down.
That's another Packers first down. First and goal.
This has been a great drive, and mostly at the hands of the man with the ball there. He thought about pulling the trigger on that one, thought better of it, decides to take off with his legs, and now he's going to have first and goal.
He's hit, and with a catch, and the ball comes free. The Steelers think they've got one, and they do. Any turnover down here hurts, Greg. These feel even worse because you have the reception. Looks like you're going to gain yardage, and then the fumble and the turnover, the defense takes the ball.
And they got exactly what they wanted out of the pass play, Mike. They're able to make the completion, but now as the ball carrier, you cannot be thinking, oh, I have to score, get it in the end zone. You still have to protect the ball. He doesn't. The ball gets knocked free, and the defense creates a huge turnover.
First down for Aaron. Metcalf left side. He's got it. And he'll be marked down up around the 18-yard line. Remember, he had the touchdown catch the last time they had the football. Here, he's got a first down.
Really nice job there to move the chains early in this drive, but now as they approach midfield, continue to keep your foot on the gas. Don't get conservative. Don't start sitting on the ball. Cross midfield and go. Anytime you find yourself on your opponent's side of the field, you have to be thinking points.
And he'll be taken down up past the 40-yard line. How about this one, too, to start the drive? Mark him off with a gain of 24 and another first down.
This is clinic tape for any young wide receiver out there watching this guy run routes. He has the defender thinking everything is a go ball. Attack him vertically, and then when you get to your route depth, you stick that foot in the ground You break in, balls on time, results in a nice first down pickup.
He'll dump this out wide to Gainwell. He'll be taken down rather swiftly after a gain of just 3.
Second and 6 at the 46-yard line.
From the 46, here's 2nd and 6. Again, it's Rodgers. That's caught. Right side, it's Freiermuth. And they'll hold him to a gain of just a couple and sets up 3rd down.
And this is where the versatility of the tight end position really starts coming into play. Not only do they have to line up with their hand on the ground, but they can occasionally split out in the slot. And man, they're too fast for linebackers, and a lot of times they're too big for defensive backs.
That's over the middle and intercepted. Picked up by Evan Williams. And the Packers are going to take over at their own 41-yard line.
Mike, these are just throws you're not accustomed to seeing, especially from a quarterback that has played this much football. He's been around the NFL for a long time. He's got to make better decisions. Costly mistakes like that are going to kill his team.
Josh Jacobs and the Packers offense heading back onto the field. They'll start out 1st down and 10. A run up the middle with Jacobs. And they get this one across midfield to the 47-yard line. That one good for a dozen. And a very quick 1st down.
And we're starting to see the fruits of their labor paying off here. I mean, they've used this run game to throw a bunch of body blows throughout the entire contest. And while some of the carries didn't result in much at the time, it's clear they're starting to take its toll on this defense.
Work in the middle, that's Kraft. He's got it. And he's brought down after a gain of 6 on 1st down.
It's not the big play they were hoping for, but first down efficiency, staying ahead of the chains, is what every offense is trying to find, and it brings up a manageable 2nd down.
From the 41, here's 2nd down and 4. Here's Jacobs, and he'll get about 4 out of that one. That should be enough to move the chains. It is 1st down.
4 yards.
And the offensive line does a really nice job winning this play at the point of attack. And once he got the ball, all he had to really do was just find a crease and hit it. And he's able to pick up the 1st down.
1st and 10 now from the 36. Once again, it's Jacobs. And this takes him into the red zone. He's brought down inside the 20-yard line. 20-yard pickup there. 1st down, Packers.
1st and 10 at the 16-yard line.
Big hole up the middle. The interior of this offensive line did a great job clearing some space. The back saw it quick, and he hit it. Next thing you know, he was in the secondary for a big pickup.
He takes off. And he will get into the end zone. Jordan Love, touchdown Packers. And that is now a pair of rushing touchdowns. The quarterback giving it to them, Greg, with his legs in this one.
And we're starting to see, Mike, why this week this coaching staff told us they're encouraging this guy to do this more often. His ability to be a passer, but also a rusher, is an element to this offense that is hard for defenses to account for.
McManus on for the point after. He's got it. And the Packers will extend this 3rd quarter lead.
Steelers 13.
The kickoff team is out on the field, and we're back to it as the kick's away. On the return, it's Kenneth Gainwell. He'll work work his way across the 25-yard line. Steelers offense and DK Metcalf getting set for their next possession. And he was unguardable in the first half. You see the numbers as they try to add to those here in the third quarter. Rodgers on first down. He'll step up and run, and he'll give himself up here. That's a gain of 5 on first down.
Well, give him some credit. Initially, that looked like it was going to be a sack. He's able to escape the pressure and get away, picks up a little bit of yardage, but at least he avoids taking that shot.
From the 32-yard line now, here's 2nd and 5. And he got rid of that one quickly before the receiver even knew what was going on. That's incomplete.
For the most part, he's been very accurate with the ball. I mean, he's completing over 60% of his passes, but because they haven't been able to get any big explosive plays, continue to push the ball downfield, hasn't really translated on the scoreboard just yet.
3rd and short yardage, it's Rodgers. That's caught over the middle, it's Wilson. 15 yards through the air. Good for a Steeler first down.
First and 10 at the 46-yard line.
Whatever they've talked about in the locker room at the halftime break seems to have worked. They've come out with a new established energy. You could see it when they took the field. Now this offense seems to be building on it because with that chunk play, just a little bit of rhythm that they can build off of. They got a long way to go to get back into this game, but so far off to a good start.
That's a gain of 11, and they'll move the chains with another first down.
Nice job by them getting the back to the perimeter. Then he's able to get outside, stick his foot in the ground, and then get vertical. Right down the numbers. Those are the type of runs this offense wants to see more of going forward.
That is brought in. And they're going to take this into the red zone to the 15-yard line. A pickup there of 28 yards.
This is a really nice job of just finding a hole in coverage, Mike. And I used to say, hey, when you're open, stay open. That's the art of route running versus zone coverage. And it's a friendly target for the quarterback in space, and they're able to convert.
Here comes the jet sweep. And that one shut down almost immediately. Good pressure from the backside. Left him nowhere to go. And no gain.
Well, that defense had that pegged from the jump, Mike. They tried to catch him a little off guard by doing a jet sweep to the wide receiver. There was no going anywhere on the outside. Great pursuit by the defense. No gain.
They send Freiermuth, the tight end, in motion. Fighting for the goal line. They're going to stop him just short, but he has picked up the first down.
What a great run down here inside the red zone, Mike. It's so important that you still can run the ball. Great job here by the back. I thought for a minute he was going to score. He gets it all the way down inside the 1, and I wouldn't be surprised if they let him finish this drive off.
Getting the tight end involved in the run game here. Trying to find a crease in that mass of humanity, but he is going to come up short.
It's a gain of a yard.
And I really like the play call, especially given this situation. But remember, these defensive players, they get paid too. So even though it's maybe something they weren't necessarily prepared all week to defend, they got the stop before he was able to score.
One, trying to find a crease in that mass of humanity, but he is going to come up short.
And after putting together what's been a long and methodical drive, they suddenly find themselves on the verge of potentially stalling out. So this defense, they can get a stop here. That would feel like a pretty big win on a drive that's largely been dominated by the offense.
They'll run the sneak, and he will drive his way into the end zone. Aaron Rodgers, touchdown Steelers. That is second touchdown tonight. Greg, sometimes we say it too often. That was an important drive. That one really felt important for them to edge a little bit closer.
Yeah, now the question is, Mike, yeah, the offense does their job, but can the defense get a stop? They've got to continue to get the ball back to their offense. Let them build on that previous drive because they've still got some work to do.
Boswell adds the extra point, and the Steelers are back within one score. It is an 8-point game. Boswell now following the touchdown. Back out to kick this one off. This will be returned from the 6. And it'll be brought down past the 25. Decent field position to start this drive. Jordan Love and the rest of the Packer offense ready for their next possession. And he has been a nightmare to scheme against throughout this one. This defense has been picked apart. That is borne out in those impressive numbers. He has been terrific all game long. And you'll only be able to muster a couple of yards. Cole Holcomb in on the tackle.
A 3-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 7 at the 29-yard line.
From the 29, here's 2nd and 7. In motion goes Dobbs. Off the play fake. Here's Love. He'll get this one out to Jacobs. And he's going to be brought down up past the 45. 18 yards on the pickup there. Good for a Green Bay first down.
Oftentimes in the NFL, Mike, blitzing a good quarterback can kind of be feast or famine, because what you do is you actually speed up their process of identifying the open target. So in this case, it's an underneath safety outlet, but the reason he went there so fast is because he was triggered to that target from the blitz.
So, 3 quarters have come and gone. And Sunday Night Primetime continues after this. First and 10. Jacob will get it to start the 4th quarter. And they bring him down.
16 more yards.
That's a gain of 16. This offense is humming. A first down.
A gain of 16 yards.
And this running game has really been rolling, Mike, all game long. The holes, the run lanes, they've been there consistently. Here's another nice run as they look to put this game away.
They go 3 tight ends here on 1st and 10. On the ground, it's Jacobs. Not much to speak of on that one. Maybe a gain of a yard. It's 2nd down.
A gain of 2 brings up 2nd and 8.
Love to throw. That is into the hands of Wicks. And they'll hold him to a gain of just a couple and sets up 3rd down.
A 3-yard gain.
Similar to a tight end, the slot receiver is often considered the safety blanket. He makes all the difficult catches, tends to be a little bit more around the line of scrimmage, and so far today, he's certainly lived up to that reputation.
On 3rd down, they'll set up to throw. Here's a shot toward the end zone. That was incomplete. Coverage outstanding there. Able to jar the ball free in a big spot. And now it is 4th down.
I like the idea of taking your shot there on 3rd down, pushing the ball downfield, looking for the touchdown. But now as it brings up 4th down, you're already this close. You're in field goal range, but do you keep that offense on the field and try to maintain possession and see if you can come away with 6? And this is what you want. I mean, you clearly have the advantage, but you want to continue to apply pressure. Can you score every time you get the ball? They're able to do that here. They tack on 3 and extend their lead.
Both teams ready to go once more as the kick's away. Here's Gainwell to return. And he'll be taken down right at the 29-yard line. Here comes the Pittsburgh offense now, heading back onto the field. They'll see if they can put something together here, beginning with 1st and 10. In the shotgun, it's A-Rod. He finds Metcalf on the slant. And he's brought down after a gain of 6 on 1st down.
Gain of 7 brings up 2nd and 3 at the 35-yard line.
From the 35, here's 2nd and 3. From the gun, Rodgers will get that to Jalen Warren. And he's going to be taken down right at midfield. 14 on the pickup. That's a Steeler 1st down.
Steelers 1st down.
And this is a tricky part of the game for any defense. You find yourself protecting a late lead, and the age-old question is, do you remain aggressive? Do you try to just keep the ball from being thrown over your head and make everything be tackled and played in front of you? That's what every defensive coordinator struggles with, so they can't get...
Oh, he doesn't put it away, and the ball's out. The Packers have it. And now, following the turnover, we have an injured player on the field. So as they look at the injured player, we'll take a timeout. And remember now, all turnovers must be reviewed by replay. So this one is going to need a little closer look. At issue was the knee or any other body part except the hand down before the ball comes loose. And are the visuals convincing enough to overturn the call on the field? So that one overturned. They say the runner was down, and that will not be a fumble. To the air once more, it's Rodgers. And they're going to be set up in the red zone. They've got it inside the 15. A big play and a much-needed one as well. 32 yards.
Both pre-snap and post-snap, this is about as well done as you can do at the quarterback position. Get in and out of the right call, identifying the holes along the back end, and then the throw. You can't put it in a better spot. I mean, that's just a big-time play.
And he will score! Game on! DK Metcalf. Touchdown, Pittsburgh. He's got another one. His 2nd touchdown of the evening. Greg, they are pecking away at this one now. Very big touchdown. Gets them right within reach of pulling this comeback off.
Well, Mike, at the very least, they've given themselves a chance, but can they get a stop and get the ball back again for a chance to go down and really make this one interesting?
Important one here now for the Steelers. They're going to try to go for the 2-point conversion.
Steelers will line up for the 2-point conversion.
They'll throw again. Here's Rodgers. That's caught. So they get the 2-point conversion. All of a sudden, that 11-point deficit is down to just a field goal here in the 4th.
Everything's about matchups, especially down here this close to the goal line. I think my guy's better than your guy. I'm going to put him in a position to have success, throw it up to him, and let him do the rest.
So they've cut into the lead. Now just a field goal behind as they kick it off. Here's Williams on the return. And a decent return there. He'll get this up just shy of the 30. Josh Jacobs and the Packers offense heading back onto the field. And he has put in a full game's work and then some. Just an incredible performance on the ground to this point in the 4th quarter. On the ground, it's Jacobs to start the drive. He is met and dropped. A couple of yards behind the line of scrimmage, too.
At this stage in the fourth quarter, great job by the defense, understanding exactly what the offense is trying to do. They're trying to bleed the clock, shorten the game. They completely sold out to stop the run, able to take them down for a loss.
Last play went the wrong way. It sets up second and long. It's second down and 12. From the gun, it's Love, who outs another catch for his favorite target. And he'll be brought down, but not before they get this all the way up near midfield. They get 22 yards there. First down, Packers.
22 yards. First down, Green Bay.
A lot could go wrong anytime you decide to put the ball in the air here late in the fourth quarter as you're trying to run out the clock and protect this lead. But at the same time, I like that they haven't gone super conservative. Just handoff right, handoff left, and it just turns into tackling practice. So I like the balance of making the defense defend everything, because right now, possess the ball, protect the ball, and ultimately just run the clock out.
That's a gain of 11, and they'll move the chains with another first down.
Fourth quarter, you find yourself protecting a one-possession lead. It's a fine line, Mike, between do I keep the ball on the ground, continue to work the clock, or stay aggressive, try to extend this lead to a multiple possession game. That's the balance this play caller is dealing with right now.
He was trying to connect with Matthew Golden that time. And that will lead to a second down.
I could sit up here all day, Mike, and we could talk about the missed throw, but I think a lot of the credit has to go to the pass defense. Not only did they do a good job making it difficult for them to complete the pass, but I think they saved the touchdown along the way.
He is hit before he can get rid of it, and down he goes. That's the fourth time All-Pro T.J. Watt gets him for a loss of 7. And now it's third down.
Big-time opportune sack there by the defense. Mike, they're right on the cusp of field goal range. You can't allow this to become a two-possession ball game here in the fourth quarter. Massive third down coming up here. See if they can get off the field and get the ball back to their offense.
Throwing now on third and long. And that is incomplete.
Great pass rushers live for third down, especially when they know the offense has to be one-dimensional. And this is a great example here, Mike. They can just pin their ears back and go. They know there is no threat for run. It is a must-pass situation, and for this offense, they're lucky it didn't result in a sack.
Packers set to kick this one away as they try to play the field position game here, protecting a fourth quarter lead. And not the greatest of results here. This is going to hit the field of play and continue out of bounds. The Steelers offense and Aaron Rodgers getting ready to go once more. Operating from their own 23, they'll begin first and 10. Here's Gainwell. Room to run at the 35. And finally, they'll bring him down, but he's up beyond the 45-yard line. An ideal beginning to this drive. 24 on the first play.
There's two elements to a successful run play, and the key is having them aligned. The offensive line needs to block according to the play and create space, but the back has to hit that space at the appropriate time. And this is a clear example as to why it leads to big gains. And these are body blows on any defense. This quarterback has the ability to make guys miss and do a lot of damage in the run game. And that's a nice pickup there.
46-yard line.
They'll work now on second and 4. The master of play action, Rodgers. That's going to be incomplete. Coverage very good there. Contact jarring the ball loose, and it's going to force third down.
He's usually such a reliable target in the passing game, Mike. We just don't see him struggle to come down with catches like that all too often, and When you're one of the go-to guys on your team, I know the hit's coming, but guess what? It feels a lot better after you take that hit after a catch than it does after a drop.
A gain there of 11. Good for a Steeler first down.
How about the poise of this quarterback? You find yourself down here late in the fourth quarter, Mike, facing a tough third down. You've got to have it. But you know what? He calls the play, he breaks the huddle, and he's like, you know what, Coach? I got it. That's a big-time throw to now keep this drive alive as they go down looking for that go-ahead touchdown.
1 yard gain brings up 2nd and 9 at the 34-yard line.
From the 34-yard line, here's 2nd and 9. A run with Gainwell. And that one shut down pretty quickly. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage. Nothing more.
A 1 yard pickup brings up 3rd and 8.
Big play coming up. This is 3rd down. Working out of the gun, it's Rodgers. And that is incomplete. Pat Frymuth, the intended receiver. And it's going to bring up 4th down.
I think he predetermined that 3rd down throw, and even though the coverage was tight, he still tried to fit the ball in there anyway, and it ended up falling incomplete. I think if he goes through his progressions and has a little bit more trust in his protection, I think there's an easier throw to make out there. And this is where it pays to have a kicker you can trust, Mike. I mean, this is as big a spot as there is. Fourth quarter, what does he do? He comes out and he delivers to tie up this game.
All even. Fourth quarter, everything we've wanted. What's in store in the remaining time? Williams now to return. And he'll be brought down just beyond the 25-yard line. The Packers offense about ready to take over once more. This game level following the made field goal. They need to put something together here. It begins with 1st and 10. They'll start on the ground with Jacobs. And he'll get back to the line of scrimmage at best. Might have even lost a yard there.
Well, they try to get the run game started here early on this drive, Mike, and they're just going to have to do a better job up front. There's really nowhere for this ball carrier to go. You never want to lose yards on 1st down, but that's exactly the case here.
Lost one on the last play, so now it's 2nd and 11. Out of the shotgun, it's Love. He'll be hit as he throws this time, and it's going to fall incomplete. He might be fortunate just to avoid the sack, and it'll set up a 3rd down.
I think he knew in the back of his head, Mike, he had to get rid of this ball a little sooner than he would have liked, and with that pressure getting there in a hurry, it just ends up being a wasted down.
From the gun on 3rd down, it's Love. And this is going to be incomplete. That is great work there, making things difficult defensively. It'll set up a 4th down.
I just don't like the look of this passing game, Mike. It just seems a bit erratic. On top of the 2 straight incompletions, they've already turned the ball over through the air. And truthfully, with how dangerous some of these throws have been, they're lucky it hasn't been even more.
And no return on this one. Fair catch signal for and taken. The Steelers offense and DK Metcalf getting set for their next possession. We're all even. 4th quarter, so every drive so important at this stage. And they'll start with 1st and 10. And he'll get back to the line of scrimmage. That's about all.
A gain of 11 brings up 2nd and 9 at the 34-yard line.
Here's a 2nd and 9. Looking to throw, it's Rodgers. And a good job rallying to the football, holding just a gain of a yard and sets up third down.
A gain of 2 brings up 3rd and 7.
To throw, it's Rodgers. And this ball incomplete on third down.
So they're trying to get the ball out of the hand of the quarterback. That's the best way to slow down any good pass rush, but the accuracy and the run after catch is a critical part of the play. So when this ball is not thrown out in front, what they call the front shoulder pad throw, it makes it really hard for this slant route to get completed, and the ball's thrown so far behind him.
Forward a few yards on the return. And that's where the offense will take over. The Packers offense ready to get back at it. They'll start it here with a 1st and 10. From the gun, here comes Jacobs. And he'll get forward for a couple. It's 2nd down.
It's a pickup of 3. Brings up 2nd and 7 at the 28-yard line.
Here's Love. Here's a screen taken in by Jacobs. And he'll be brought down up around the 38-yard line. The screen works for 10 yards and a 1st down.
You want to be a star in the NFL, Mike? These are the high-pressure moments that you can't shy away from. The greats, they embrace it. Tie ball game, 4th quarter. The game is on the line. Everyone in the stadium knows where that ball is going, and I can't blame them.
Plenty of time, all 3 timeouts left. It's 1st and 10. Good blocking up front, paving the way for a gain of 8 on the ground.
A gain of 9 brings up 2nd and 1 at the 47-yard line.
It is 2nd and a yard. They'll drop to throw. That's caught downfield. That pass play good for 22. Good for a Green Bay 1st down.
A clutch throw here to keep their chances alive. Tie ball game. As they approach midfield now, they've got to keep an eye on the clock. They've got to find a way to get this ball into field goal range, stop the clock, and see if your kicker could be a hero.
And he's taken down. That will get them a bit closer. Every yard going to help the field goal kicker right now.
Running these underneath crossing routes, you wouldn't imagine lead to a lot of explosive plays, but when done right, if you can get the receiver in open space and get the ball in their hands, there's a lot of opportunity for big run after the catch and generate chunk plays.
Here comes 2nd down. They'll go with Jacobs. We'll get this inside the 20, a nice run. They're in the red zone. It's 1st down. Now Pittsburgh will bang a timeout here. That's their 2nd. They'll be disappointed there after giving up the 1st down. Here's Wilson. And he'll get back to the line of scrimmage. That's about all. And now the Steelers going to use their 3rd and final timeout. And they'll get together prior to the 2nd down play. That is Musgrave, the man in motion. And he's into the end zone. Emmanuel Wilson. Touchdown, Green Bay.
That's a heck of a run right there, and I can't tell you, Mike, how many running backs coaches I've heard over the years say, your responsibility with the ball is to make the first guy miss. We can't block everybody on the field. That's the role of a good running back, and you see it here. All it takes is one missed tackle to get this guy in space, and he's able to do the rest with his legs and take it all the way.
Now it's McManus for the point after. The kick is good, and the Packers will go up by 7.
38, Steelers 31.
So the lead is 7 now. Here in this fourth quarter, the tie has been broken. Let's see what happens on this kickoff. Here's Gainwell to return. He'll be brought down right around the 25-yard line. Now, a guy who's very familiar with this spot, Aaron Rodgers for the Steelers. Down on the scoreboard. 1:11 to go. How will this play out? We'll watch. They come up for first down.
Rodgers pass. Complete to Calvin Austin. 2 yards on the pickup. It's 2nd and 8 at the 27-yard line.
Here's 2nd down. Rodgers to throw. That's complete. It's Metcalf. And a big strike for good yardage there all the way up to midfield. And that's going to do it. It'll put him over 200 receiving yards in the game. What a performance. That grab also comes with a first down. Here's Rodgers. The open man is Wilson. And they'll take this down inside the 35. That's another first down, another big play. The defense has some issues. Gain of 18.
At the 32-yard line.
So it's a win here for the visiting Packers. This was a game where both offenses were up and down the field, marching the ball at will, matching each other point for point. In the end, got a few more defensive stops than their opponents did. That was the difference in this one. And that'll do it for my partner, Greg Olson. For our entire team, I'm Mike Tirico. This has been a presentation of the NFL on EA Sports. With that, we say good night from Pittsburgh.